And we're back with Travel Michigan. I'm George Zimmerman along with Michelle Benosh. Next stop, Michelle, up in Escanaba, up in the UP. Let's head up there.
Absolutely. We are talking with John Spielis, the State Interpretive Manager at the DNR. John, thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure.
And tell us a little bit about the Upper Peninsula Pocket Park in Escanaba.
Well, the Upper Peninsula Pocket Park is an outdoor skill center. It's operated by the Department of Natural Resources. We teach archery and shooting sports. We have a pellet gun range, an archery range, and a small fishing pond that we stock every year with bluegills. We do hunter safety and ATV safety and teach about geocaching and a lot of other activities like that.
And so the name Pocket Park, what does that mean exactly? Why do you call it that?
Well, it's just a small. The venue is quite small. It's a park setting. It's natural vegetation, native plants, but it's a small venue. It's just a couple of acres in size. So it's located within the Upper Peninsula Fairgrounds. So right adjacent to the Midway and some other large parking lots. There's this little small space, green space with trees and pond and fun things to do.
Yep. And so this, obviously the DNR does a lot of outreach to help people not as experienced in outdoor experiences to learn about it. And I guess it sounds like this park is one of those venues, right?
That's right. That's what this place is all about. It's really all about, helping participants, kids and families, learn a little bit about, just to provide the building blocks and provide small classes, like an hour long, most of them, through the course of the summer, and hope that these families leave with enough knowledge to continue to participate in these activities on their own.
Yeah. So, and most of the people that take advantage of this, are they from the UP, or are they coming from downstate up to the UP? What's your typical audience?
The typical audience kind of varies. There are lots of school kids, and during the Fair Week, of course, this is the big event of the year, and it's the third week in August, and we have 20,000 visitors through the place, and they are from all over Michigan.
And now this is a seasonal activity, so it ends at the end of this month, end of September, right?
That's right.
Yeah. And then when do you open up again next year? When does it start?
The park will be open mid-April.
Okay.
And then it's open 7 days a week, and we have programming daily 5 days a week.
And what are some of the more popular programs that folks come to try out?
Well, they come and fish. Most people come and fish, or archery. The archery and the shooting with pellet guns, shooting range, is probably the second. Most people come to fish.
And to learn how to fish? I mean,
to learn how to fish, right? It's not, and you can come. We have the big event with the state fair, and then we have these. We have programming daily, so that we have just a simple family fishing event, activity program that you can learn how to fish, learn about especially little panfish and how to set up the rod and reel. But we also have the place open just for a mom or a dad and their child to come and just take advantage of a little catch and release fishing. And it's a real safe and secure environment where you're guaranteed to catch fish.
Yep.
Hey, that's my kind of fishing.
Yeah,
that
sounds pretty good. Now, given that this activity ends at the end of the month, obviously there's lots going on in the UP as far as the state parks year round, and obviously September, October, just a beautiful time to be up there as well. So, what are you expecting as far as traffic this year, especially for fall colors?
Well, the fall colors are picking up just about now, and this is the time of the year that we generally kind of morph into more of a weekend weekend visitation. We have programming at several sites in the Upper Peninsula and lots of activities planned. The best way to, I guess, just make sure that people know how to get to the website, and I think that you were going to, Greg, point people there. But at the Porkies and Tequamanon and other sites around the UP, there's weekend activities primarily.
Yep. And then into winter season, obviously there's still a lot of stuff going on at the parks, and people do take advantage of them in the winter up there, right?
The snowmobiling is a huge activity in the Upper Peninsula, as are the quiet sports, the cross-country skiing and the snowshoeing. There are snowshoeing activities at Tequamanon and other parks in the UP.
Yeah, it just seems like for folks, especially that live downstate, if they haven't spent some time in the UP, both for fall and winter, I mean, just spectacular seasons up there. And, for anybody who likes the outdoors, I mean, what better place is there for that kind of activity?
It's a great place to visit, and it's if you just come in the summertime, this place is a different, it's a different place in the fall, and like you say, in the wintertime, when especially along that Lake Superior shoreline, 200 or 300 inches of snow a year, it really stacks up, and it's really just a whole new place to explore.
Yeah. One thing we're seeing and hearing from the industry around the state, and certainly in the northern lower and other parts of the lower peninsula, is that the amount of out-of-state visitors, and especially those coming from further away, seemed a lot more obvious this year than in previous years. Are you seeing the same thing up there?
Absolutely, and the Travel Michigan campaign is really paying off. I think that really from park to park, if you talk to unit managers and folks that are associated with tourism in the Upper Peninsula, you'll hear the same thing, and I think that you're absolutely right.
But, no matter how many visitors we get, the UP always seems to have plenty of room.
There's a lot of space and a lot of great public lands.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, millions of acres to play in.
Yep. And so for downstaters who are primarily the primary audience for this show, if they were going to plan a fall getaway up there, a winter getaway, how long would you recommend people, if they wanted to see a good chunk of the UP, how long would that take?
It's really not as far sometimes as people think. I mean, Tequamanon Falls and, some of these sites in the eastern UP, Tequamanon Falls is just an hour and 15, 20 minutes from the Mackinac Bridge. So, it's a pretty quick, easy access, and you can go, all the way to the Porkies. That's a 5-hour drive, across the Upper Peninsula, back and forth. If you stop along the way, you can easily spend a week and 10 days. It can either way. You can in the East End, you can get a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a pretty short stay.
Yep. Well, I think that again, for the people listening to this show, that if they haven't spent much time up there, just beautiful country. Fall colors are spectacular up there. That's going on right now, and will be for a while, and then on into the winter season, which happens obviously in a couple of months. So. Well, John, I think that your pocket park sounds like a great thing. And again, tell us, when does it open up again next year? Because I don't think people will make it probably this week.
No, not this week probably, but it's open all summer. It'll open up late April and right through September, and programming is available. And if you don't take part in the programming, you can stop by and borrow a fishing pole and catch a bluegill with your children. Teach them how to fish. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great program. Okay. Well, that's John Spielis, the State Interpretive Manager for the DNR up there in the UP at the Pocket Park at the UP State Fairgrounds in Escanaba. We thank you for being on the show. And the website is michigan.gov/DNR for all of the DNR activities. And speaking of websites, our website, the Pure Michigan website, is michigan.org. Lots going on there as well. We've got our social media. We actually have just done a redesign of the website, so there's a new version. If you haven't been on the site in a while, check it out. We've tried to make it a little more user-friendly and make it a little easier to navigate. Those are a couple things that we'd heard from people. We also tried to make it fit the Pure Michigan brand a little better than the old site did, and so that was one of the goals as well. The one new feature on the site that we have not had in a long time is a trip planning tool, so you can actually kind of mark or check places and then actually design a trip around them. So that's new for the site. The other thing, obviously, is we do have the links, as we've always had in recent years, to all of our social media. So be sure to check all of that out as well. We've got our Facebook and Twitter and all those links for you to check out the social media activity. Lots of great conversation going on about Pure Michigan, about the state, about the campaign, about places to go, people sharing photographs, and everything else. So again, that's all available at michigan.org. And then coming up next, we're going to talk about Art Prize, that great event in Grand Rapids. It's year 3 of Art Prize, right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at michigan.org.